Next up on the stage, it will be cleared. It's Russell Melia. Is that it? Melia. Russell Melia. Yes. He has co-hosts Awesome Days, a mostly comedy open mic at Lucky's Club in Eugene every Tuesday. And he's not afraid to lip sync to anything, I think. Oh, yeah. What? Oh. And this is his first time actually performing stand-up that he has been invited to.
All right, thanks, y'all. My name is actually pronounced Russell Melia. I'm terrible with names myself, but I like a mnemonic device. And so you can remember that my name is pronounced Russell Melia because, and this was pointed out to me soon after I realized that my name was Russell Melia. Russell Melia rhymes with WrestleMania. So and obviously you see me here and I'm the most WrestleMania person you're ever gonna meet, so it's an easy connection to make. So I became polyamorous recently, and boy are my arms tired. I don't know if anyone clocked that as a fisting joke. Can I get a show of hands? Anyone? But this guy asked me out on a date not too long ago, and I said no because he was cross-eyed. And it's not that I didn't find him attractive, quite the opposite, but he would have been the third cross-eyed person that I would have slept with within a 3-month period, and I didn't want it to become a thing. Because I don't really have a type, like a lot of people just have a romantic type that they're into, and for me it's less of a type and more of a Netflix algorithm thing, where you're just looking at movies and you watch a lot of them, a lot of them, and because they seem like fun at the time, and then you look back and it's wow, apparently I'm really into foreign gay and lesbian drama, because that's also a thing that I'm into, apparently. Always loved that Farhad Mirza, international student from college. So I thought I might share a few statistically likely types of people that I'm into. I already talked about cross-eyed people, apparently into them. I was on a kick for a while of scruffy dudes with blue-collar jobs, nice dicks, and skin conditions. So if there are any of those in the audience, hit me up later. I really like 25-year-old Chinese-speaking communist history scholars with bad acne and dead fathers. There have been 4 of them. It's uncanny. I'm currently on a kick. I'm on my second consecutive chubby bisexual white boy with gauged ears and a tattoo of a Sasquatch. Which I think that's less of a thing about me and my tastes and more just statistically likely living in Oregon. That's we have our state bird is the western meadowlark, our state flower is the Oregon grape, and our state boyfriend is the pedgy bisexual dude with gauged ears and a tattoo of a Sasquatch. There are just so many of them out there. I also like women. That's a surprise, right? I like women with blunt bangs and cat eye glasses who are doing really important work in their communities, who I then realize within a month that I just want to be friends with them. That's how that works. I feel the most troubling trend in guys that I like are I love men who love Taco Bell. And I hate Taco Bell. I'm a trained pastry chef. I make a lot, I'll make a bunch of food, and then he'll come home, and I'll be like, honey, I just made this amazing several-course dinner. And he's like, I just picked up a chalupa on the way, sorry. Breaks my heart every time. And maybe that's why I end up with guys with skin conditions and bad acne. That might be related. And frankly, it's really, I'm not gonna lie, one reason I don't like guys liking Taco Bell is it prevents certain butt stuff. Just gonna get that up front. And yes, that joke was cheap and tasteless, and I got it on the dollar menu at Taco Bell. And like, what are queer men even doing eating Taco Bell? They don't market to us. Like, if you're queer, if your fourth meal should be a cocktail hour or a brunch. We shouldn't be eating Taco Bell. It's not for us. It's just another factor of like, gay men, gay people, they're just like everyone else. Like some of us just like to eat garbage. We laugh, we cry, we bleed, we eat garbage. And so I was thinking about this, and it's definitely about Taco Bell's food itself that I don't like. It's nothing to do with the fact that I often date guys from like poor or working class backgrounds, and I was raised middle class, and so it's definitely not my like latent classism around fast food. It's definitely not the way that I code certain foods or cultural things as straight or not straight. And so if a guy likes this thing that is seen as straight, then it's a personal affront, and I feel like he doesn't love me because he's doing this straight thing. Definitely not that. Also, definitely not the fact that it is marketed to sort of like this like stoner bro, like guys to whom they're like, coming soon to a theater near you, like to whom that voiceover voice appeals, like that's who it's marketed to. And so it's definitely not a matter of me feeling excluded from this cultural thing. I just definitely hate Taco Bell. Nothing beyond that. The cool thing about being a transgender man who usually doesn't get clocked as a transgender man is when I go to the grocery store to buy tampons, instead of getting my gender called into question, people just think I'm a really good friend. That I just got some roommate laid up with cramps somewhere, and I'm just helping her out. I usually buy like a big gallon of ice cream to go along with it, just to keep it going, keep the ruse going, and then I go home and I eat that ice cream myself in bed because I'm on my period. You gotta treat yourself sometimes. Sometimes you do. But yeah, so I'm trans. I'm a trans man, as in female to male. As in, now I look like Woody Allen. I used to look like a girl that looked like Woody Allen. But I have to specify, because if I don't say that I'm a trans man, I was ostensibly a woman, now I'm a man, people get confused. They think I might be a trans woman, which, obviously. But they ask me what direction, which is kind of an insulting question. There's no answer to that question that will make anyone feel more comfortable at all. But I think next time somebody asks me what direction, I'm just gonna say One Direction. That I'm transitioning to be all of One Direction. It's easier now, there's only 4 guys in the band, but it's a lot of money and therapy, singing lessons, hair products. It's pretty good. I feel like a lot of my life lately, it's like a bad hack, like straight dude hack comic telling jokes about what it would be like if men had to do what women have to do. So it's like, what if a man like had a period? Or like, what if men had to wear bikinis at the beach? Which, strictly speaking, I don't have to wear a bikini at the beach, but I look banging in a bikini, so I'm gonna wear it. Or like, if a man had a pregnancy scare, it might look something like this. So I had a condom break a couple weeks ago. It was one of those things where, it was a surprise, as it often is, and it was like special effects, like Michael Bay Transformers movie level explosion going on, and it was one of those things where like he was kind of having to like, reach in and like get the bits of stuff, and I was like, God, like, I'm like worried about my future, and like I don't know that I'm ready to have a scruffy communist child with a skin condition yet. But then he was just doing some stuff, and even though I was worried, I came again anyway. So if I were pregnant, I probably shouldn't have had those 2 glasses of wine. But I think that trip to the abortion clinic would be like the the tampon joke from earlier, but more so, like in Technicolor. Like I'd be sitting in the waiting room and somebody would see me and be like, wow, that guy is such a good friend. He's just waiting with his friend who's in there. And he's like yelling at his boyfriend on the phone in solidarity and crying in solidarity. And he's arguing about insurance at the front desk in solidarity. He even ate some extra Taco Bell, so he's got a little fake belly just out of sympathy for his pal. What a sweetheart. That's all I got. You've been excellent. Thanks to Forest Web, thanks to the Accent Fiddle. This has been a swell time. My name rhymes with WrestleMania. I'll see you all later.